Hello and welcome once again to another episode of Third Action. I'm your lovely host Jason, and these are the same three terrorists that were here last week. In the bottom left, we have Regan Belladonna, Catfolk Wizard, played by Char.
I just realized my VPN has me in Canada right now, so if anything happens, I'm sorry.
All right.
It should
Do a
be
little bit
fine.
of disappearance. In the bottom middle, we have Mayhem, human vigilante fighter, played by Will.
Hi, I'm also here. I'm not in Canada, though.
You could be.
Right now.
It's pretty nice.
Probably, yeah.
In the bottom right, we have Felix and Milos, human bard, played by Alex. Hello, Alex.
Hello, also not from Canada. Although it wouldn't be the worst.
I hear it's lovely this time of year, and all times of year. But, let's see. Let's go ahead and just get started. Today's episode is brought to you by The Survivor. He's this nice little gentleman with a sword. He's kind of bleeding out. What's he sitting on? Oh, he's sitting on a locked treasure chest. And there's some kind of weird green plant that's being green screened out that is in front of him. And the Survivor allows you to, at the start of your turn, while you're dying or unconscious, you basically get a super recovery. You get to come back to life with some extra HP. Cool. Let's get started, though, because we got some stuff to do. Things were left in an interesting place last time. So, last time on Third Action, our heroes plotted to sneak their way into the Hospice of the Blessed Maiden, a warehouse that has been converted into a hospice very quickly, where the players or the heroes suspect there may be some nefarious things going on. They concocted a plan that involved sneaking brave Felix, the bard, into the hospice as though he were a patient. And they did that. They managed to get him in successfully. He was staying in a little bed. Even met with Dr. Davalos, who seems to be in charge here at the hospice. But investigations were somewhat stymied by the constant presence of the Grey Maidens and Queen's Physicians amidst the patients here in the hospice. So, you had ended up setting yourself a time limit, a hard time limit, by setting a bomb on the back door in the form of a detonation fulu. And this was going to be a signal to do something. And Felix decided to try and just hide until that bomb went off. And hide he did. It seems that the Queen's Physicians did not find him. The time passed. The appointed hour, 7 p.m., had come, and a big boom shook the back door, or one of the back loading doors of the building. But that, causing a lot of noise and blasting a massive double door off its hinges, is sure to attract the attention of the guards inside. So what will our party do? Let's see. I need to give everyone but me a hero point, because I've got plenty.
How harrowing.
That puts us up to 3 for Regan, 3 for Mayhem, 2 for Felix, and 4 for me. I need to start spending them. Okay. Let's go ahead and jump over to this map so we can get some initiative rolling. Let's hospice. There we go. And zoom. Alright, initiative please. Mayhem, Regan, and Felix. So we have Felix currently inside here, hiding in a back room. So he rolled a 25 on his initiative. Mayhem just outside, hiding in some bushes. got a 22. And Regan, hiding a little bit further back, has a 16. I will allow each of you to have anything you want in your hands, presuming that you would, like, you've been waiting here for some time. So if you needed to do any kind of initial prep before the door blasted off, state it now.
Oh, ooh.
Good call on having things in hand.
Do I have anything cool I can put in my hand?
Mayhem currently is holding a smoke bomb in one hand, just in case, and also the dust of disappearance that he picked up at the shop some time ago. Also
All right. Felix, what might you have in hand?
Holding my breath.
All right.
No, I think
Okay.
most of my actions involve running and spells, so I have
Okay.
everything I need.
All right.
Yeah,
Regan.
similar for me. All my
Okay.
actions are spells and movement.
Excellent.
I did have a question actually.
Yes.
If I cast a spell that turns me into something else, what happens to my familiar?
Your familiar is still around. You
Okay.
just lack the ability to control it.
Is he just gonna like sit there?
I mean, you could kind of tell him to flee and he'll just leave.
Okay. That's okay. That's probably what I'll do. Because I don't just sit there like, huh.
Yeah, familiars and animal companions will try to survive if they have no actions given. They're not just going to stand still and take damage.
Okay. That's all I want to know.
Okay. All right. In that case, let's go ahead and begin. Let us start with. Okay. Felix, from inside the building, from inside the storage room, you hear a, "Huh? What was that?" Let's see. We're going to move to door and open. So you hear the door open just to the north of you there.
Okay.
Let's see. There's things all over. I think nothing happens there. Another set of footsteps comes moving towards the door, and you can just make out the steely mask of one of the Grey Maidens. So it looks like there are two Grey Maidens there at the door. And she's going to... Is that 5, 10? Okay, so she will draw her weapons. Alright. Let's see. It's just that. There's a lot of creatures around. Okay. Alright. Felix, there's some commotion as seems like the Grey Maidens are rushing over to the building to take a look at what's going on.
Okay. I would like to resume being invisible. Invisible's cool.
Okay. And invisibility has the subtle trait, so when you're casting it 2 actions, you just become invisible, and no one is the wiser.
I would like to now get out of my hidey spot towards the door that hasn't opened. So I don't want to go north from my perspective. I want to go west.
Yeah, north, 10 feet of you is the door that the Grey Maidens are standing at, but there's another door 5, 10, 15, 20 feet away. That would be a sneak action if you're trying to do that carefully without knocking any boxes over.
Of course. I am finding that sneak button.
All right.
It's actually probably a stealth button.
Yeah, it'd be the stealth check.
And blind, because I assume I don't get to know how this happens.
Correct. Why is the chat not updating? There we go. Cool. That is a number. Yep. You start sneaking. You can move at half speed. Is that how that works?
Mm-hmm. And you can gain benefits of cover or greater cover if you happen to be behind things like boxes and such. But I don't.
Okay.
I don't know the perspective.
So about here, I'm trying to count how.
Chrome's doing that thing where it doesn't update the screens that I'm looking at. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, I'll allow you to kind of squeeze your way through the boxes over to about there. You're right next to the door, but not directly in front of it.
Yeah,
that's
that's my goal. I'm trying to have 25 is interesting math, but I would squeeze out to this corner, and I assume that's my 3 actions.
Yep. And as you do kind of scrape some of the boxes, causing the wobble a little bit. And you hear one of the Grey Maidens say, "What was that?" She kind of turns to look in the direction of those boxes. Mayhem. Outside.
Okay. No immediate.
You can hear some muffled voices inside.
Good sign. To the north, is there a way out? Or does it go into a closed-off courtyard sort of thing?
Yeah. You can go. This building here to your left is just a square, and you can go around it.
Around it, great.
Yeah.
So you have a way out through the back. That's good. Don't want to use that yet, but I don't know what Felix is doing. So.
Super runaway.
I think I'm going to back up and start moving away and hope he's going to follow.
Okay.
10, 20, 25. Just moving through the brush here.
And the brush is difficult terrain.
Yeah, so
okay.
No problem with the first action getting through there for the 30 feet, then just make my way north.
Okay, so you just kind of move along the side of this building here.
Yeah. Just
okay.
Make my way north to kind of escape the scene.
That's that. What's that? Okay. Okay. Some more movement. I'm just curious. Okay. Some more movement inside, some shuffling. And Regan, it's your turn.
It's me.
You're outside in the bushes here.
I am indeed in the bushes. How loudly, because this is my decision to either cast, not cast, but do conceal spell or not. If I didn't conceal spell, is there reason to believe that people inside could hear me cast a spell?
I think the phrasing on spell casting is something like you speak forcefully, so you're not like screaming, but it is like
You're speaking, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
it is forceful, like normal, kind of moderate level speech. So
no way you're whispering that.
Yeah, you can't whisper it like that. So people might hear you. It might be muffled. They probably can't understand what you're doing.
Okay.
Without recognized spell, and that would be at penalties because it's through walls and stuff.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm gonna choose to conceal it anyway. Because I just think that's probably better. Cast pest form on myself. Become a pest. So I don't change at all. A cat, and since that's includes the conceal spell, that's all 3 actions to become a cat in this bush.
All right. Yeah, you just become a little black cat.
Little kitty.
Nothing to see here. And where? Oh, actually, No, I don't think so. Okay. All right. Top of initiative. This Gray Maiden is gonna kind of move inside, and do a perception check to seek. Well, actually, they'll do it from outside first. No. 5, 10, 15. Yeah, they'll kind of move in and try to perceive. I always have to find perception on these. There it is. And do that blind.
Question marks.
Okay, yeah, they walk in and they're like looking around. And then they seem to notice the door. And they'll kind of kind of shove their way through some of the boxes, not really caring about making any noise. Okay, that's their turn. The other Gray Maiden is likewise going to kind of come into the room. It's really dark. Oh, actually, yeah, they come into the room and they're going to try and perceive as well. But you have the advantage of the darkness currently. Oh, right. 2 scroll. There we go.
And the
I can find
invisibleness. There are 2 things.
Yes.
At least.
They seem to stop and like feel around at these boxes here. They seem to notice that they've been moved. And they are going to kind of start like rummaging around, or like moving the boxes apart over here. But they still don't seem to see you. That's that. And that. Felix, you're up.
I would like to begin to make my way towards the giant open door and freedom.
Okay. There's one space here that is difficult terrain.
Okay.
And if you're trying to do it quietly so that they don't hear you, then it would be a sneak, which is half speed. But otherwise, you could also try to just run for it.
I think
You're invisible, so
Push the boxes onto them. Don't listen to your inner voice.
pushing the boxes is a hostile action.
No. Damn it.
You don't get for-
I have 3 actions to spend, and I'm seriously considering just a 3-action run
It's not a bad idea.
because I can disappear into the night, and I think that's what I would like to do. Like my goal is to exit this building in 3 actions, and what I would
Oh.
like to know is like
Right. It's
how
actually
far I'm gonna
nighttime
get.
outside. I have these lights here, but I think those were for getting light into the building. So yeah, it's dark outside.
Yeah. I would like to exit into the night. The difficult terrain worries me more about me not tripping over it on my way out. But like I want to run and then continue running until I don't know, leave Korvosa. I'll see
Okay,
when I
just-
decide to stop
Just
running.
give me one acrobatics check.
Okay.
Just do a backflip real quick.
One quick backflip. And I think I'm gonna spend a hero point on this because I would really like this to work.
All right, hero points spent. And yeah, you just kind of like parkour around these crates and barrels. And what's your speed?
25 feet.
25 feet. Okay. So you do make some noise as you're doing it, but assuming if you're just running, which way are you going? Left or right? Towards the main
Left.
street. Okay. So
Look towards the main
you-
street.
Yeah, you
and,
start
like-
running out towards the main street.
I'm going to run for 10 minutes in Korvosa until I am not here anymore.
There we go. Okay. So you're just booking. I'm just going to remove you from initiative because you are getting away before they can do anything about it, really. Regan, are you doing anything in particular?
Yeah, I'm just walking away like a cat would
Okay.
walk away.
Alright. So in that
But
case,
a really
I will.
like half blind. He like kind of runs in, and so I was like,
whoops, that's
"Oh."
Lawrence.
have
I will
to
end the encounter then, and yeah, the Grey Maidens are like rummaging around. They're just gonna like take out torches,
Oh, no.
and start. Yeah, they should have a torch. Where's torch? Torch. Does that give them a little button they can press for torch?
If they have it in their hand, usually.
Do you have to put it in their hand?
hold it.
Go to their main thing. Torch is lit. Okay, yeah. So there will be, like, Grey Maiden outside looking around. The other one, same thing, but it sounds like you guys are basically just leaving.
We're booking it. We're out.
And you're fast enough. They seem to be, one of them is very sure that somebody's inside the room, and the other one is investigating the broken door here. So I guess we'll go back to the Korvosa map, where it should also. Why are my lights not updating to the current time of day?
It's strange.
All right. Oh hey, Ray! Thank you. Roll for perception. Welcome, welcome. Slightly delayed on noticing. Right. You're not there. You are all over here. Felix. I've lost track of. Oh, there's Regan. And Tiny Regan. So yeah, this is quite literally these buildings right here on the map.
Perfect. And yeah, just zoom. Run away.
All right.
I think Mayhem will stick between the buildings as much as possible, just in case, but a few blocks away we'll cut towards the script and scrimshaw, assuming there's no obvious chase.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, Felix would cut into the Midlands for a bit and take a winding path, kind of like through random streets.
Through like the suburb side, yeah.
Yeah, through the suburbs, down a back alley or two, just trying to make sure that there's no tail. Before eventually winding my way back to the script and skirmishaw.
Okay, I'll say that
just
takes
a
like
cat.
30 minutes. You're just a cat.
And it's a cat. Every so often, I like run into something I don't quite see. I'm like, everyone's like, oh, how stupid cat.
We should be careful. Regan has a tail.
I was about to say, I'm like, I always have a tail.
All right. And it sounds like you're regrouping at the script and scrimshaw.
Yes.
Yeah, that seems like where I would go if Felix were to leave.
All right. Well, where do you regroup?
Probably at a table with a beer of some kind. I don't know what kind of beers are on tap right now, but
I don't know I've been able to get delivery from.
good question. Is beer flowing in Korvosa today?
Yeah, you've still got your primary supplier, Felix, which is actually I don't know the breweries offhand, but there probably is one.
I think after that run, Felix might just stick his head in a bucket of water and drink for a solid like 2 or 3 minutes.
When Frank needs their water.
As you come in, where is she? I guess Brianna is downstairs. And she turns and kind of gasps at Felix as you enter. The other two probably already arrived. Brianna was just like down here having dinner, basically, just having some sandwiches or a sandwich. What is this spam? Get out of here. And yeah, when Felix comes in, she turns and looks, and she like drops the tankard that she was holding with the milk. Kind of splatters on the floor.
Gosh, I know I look bad after a run, but
I think you look fine.
Oh, it's because you look sick.
your makeup work has to be amazing if that hasn't come off after a half-hour run.
It's
Look,
so
I have
good that
I have
guy didn't
practiced
know.
So they better not be coming off after a lot of running, because otherwise it wouldn't do me any good either.
She kind of stumbles back. Do you need a doctor?
It's okay. It's a lot of makeup.
We should
And-
probably bring that off, huh?
Yeah, I stick my head in a bucket for 2 reasons now.
Okay. And she'll kind of start to clean up the mess that she just made. Sorry, I just thought that maybe you had.
He wouldn't bring it back here if he had.
I also won't like approach her to make the situation any more surprising than it already has been. I'll ask Mayhem to kindly get me a bucket.
I will get the bucket. Go to the kitchen. Don't know where buckets are.
Did you need anything, or?
I think we're good, but sorry to bother you.
Oh, no problem. I was just finishing up anyway. And she'll make her way to the stairs and head on up.
Felix, you made it back.
Oh, I'm glad to be home.
Here's your bucket. Some water.
Thank you.
Whiskey.
Douse yourself. The makeup, the red makeup runs down your face.
Take a rag and start wiping it all off.
I feel like I need to have
After-
some nail polish remover, acetone, or something to get some of it off if it's sticking that well.
Yeah, after about 10 minutes, you're able to get off most of the makeup.
I don't look sick anymore, just a little ghoulish.
I do have to award your work. It managed to pass inspection with the doctor of the plague himself.
Ooh.
It's good to know. Were you able to discover anything while you were in there?
Not the most. They are definitely giving patients something that is not water. I wasn't able to snag whatever the concoction is, but it's just not what you would call a hospice in there. There's armed guards at every level. There's people watching every single door. It's more like a. It feels more like a experiment in which any of the victims could possibly become violent at any moment. Like that's the degree of security they have going on.
That's rather disturbing. People are being brought there willingly. But no sign of Rolf. No sign of this basement.
Felix shakes his head. No sign of Rolf. I wasn't able to really get any deeper into the facility to determine if there's a basement or an office. I did get the idea that there's other spaces connected to that room that are in use and actively being guarded. But they're being guarded to such a degree that I don't know how we would ever gain entrance outside of a frontal assault. And you saw the Grey Maidens. That would be intense.
That's a bit much. Well, we're essentially back to where we started. Do you have any ideas, Regan?
Well, probably not blowing up more of the building.
No. I imagine they'll be investigating that at some point here.
Wonder if they have enough hands to investigate it.
That's the thing.
We could be those hands.
Either that or find a way to get up to the office when he's not there from the outside.
Climbing up the outside of the building without being seen would be difficult. And to clarify with that window that we saw that was up above, was it properly like a basement style, just kind of letting some light in, but nobody's supposed to be able to get through it window? Or is it big enough that somebody could have squeezed through if it was open and broken or something?
It's like a 2-foot square window, so not.
That's real tight. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
not gonna
it'd be a tight squeeze. Like you could use the squeeze action acrobatics to try to get through it, but you're likely to Winnie the Pooh yourself.
Oh no!
It does have all that cake, so.
I seem to have gotten stuck in this window
How could this happen?
by accident.
I mean, well, Regan, it depends sort of on what forms you can take to be able to fly up and through a window. But it sort of feels like that
She
is
picks
not.
up- I'm gonna Majenko like a little kitty cat. It's like Majenko can fly.
Yep. Do you want me to
He's
try to get in?
tall. Maybe not right now, but it could be a plan. I also have cool spells like I can see through my familiar's eyes and he can shove a bunch of stuff in his mouth. These have names. But he can go if we can get him in there. But the windows might be locked and you'd have to wait for the guy to leave.
I imagine getting the window open or breaking it open for Majenko is the blocker. But those are that's a solvable problem.
Mm-hmm. A rocket
A
break
plan.
would if need be. We have a couple of options then. Do you want to? We should probably wait until at least tomorrow night, maybe the night after, for Majenko's excursion, though.
Yeah, if we're gonna do that, I definitely wouldn't do it tonight, especially if there's a risk of them upping security. We should probably
you have an
figure out
idea
what
of
that
what the
is.
Security increase it would be. Should we check in with Cressida tomorrow then and see if we can be of assistance?
I think that's the sort of thing where you are asked, you don't ask. Like,
That's fair.
I'm already concerned enough that we were sort of seen in the vicinity of the building throughout the day. Although we have a decent excuse, and
I mean,
we
you-
do plenty of business with Mia.
You live here,
Yeah.
so I guess Reagan's technically supposed to be inside the university, but or maybe it's just you're not supposed to be able to go in and out freely.
I just can't go. Like, I can be outside. It's just you technically can't go back and forth. Oh my god. What is that?
It's at the door.
Time.
Mayhem's gonna go use the bathroom.
It's your door, Felix.
Yeah, it's my door.
That's why Mayhem's using the bathroom.
I'm
You
just
you
gonna
heard a
shoo
knocking at the door.
Majenko into her, like, just in case.
Okay. Majenko climbs into your hood.
Yeah, get in there.
I will go open the door.
Okay.
Yes.
You open the door. They're not giving you. You can have one, and that.
Actually,
Okay.
one moment
Yep.
before I go to the door.
All right.
Forgive me. I'm gonna ditch the coat that I have on.
You quickly take off your coat and toss it under the table.
Yes, just go under my like undershirt, dress shirt.
All right.
Whatever. Not jacket. But yes, I'll go over to the door and open it.
Okay. Door opens, and there's a gray maiden there standing with a torch. Excuse me, sir. Have you seen any suspicious individuals lately?
Afraid we haven't. We've been closed up all night.
And no people running through the streets?
Haven't had any business in quite some time, and haven't looked outside. No, I'm sorry.
Very well then. If you hear of any strange people milling around, do let the Grey Maidens know.
Will do.
She nods and kind of turns and walks away.
Close the door.
Ooh. Strange people.
I've been called worse.
She didn't seem to have any specific descriptors.
Mildly reassuring.
Everything
Oh.
all right?
Fancy meeting you here.
Fancy that. Who was at the door?
So he switched into Tullios
Oh, yes.
as disguise. I guess Tullios is.
The disguise? Yeah, sure. The Batman syndrome. Right.
It was the Grey Maidens. They're looking for someone, but they didn't seem to have any specifics.
I mean, that's good for us, I suppose. But it didn't seem suspicious at all.
I think that we didn't leave a lot for them to go on.
Good. I suppose that's for the best. Well, that was quite the day of something.
Well, we definitely learned that the operation the Grey Maidens are running is not what it's advertised to be. They are running the world's most armored hospice program.
It concerns me that they're lying about what their purpose is. Doesn't surprise me, though, based on what we've learned about everybody so far, these doctors included. Did you learn anything more about the doctors by chance?
No, I think I only really learned that they are like giving people some kind of potion in addition to water and palliative like palliative care. They put some sort of effervescent ointment on my on what was the sores on my face.
Mm-hmm.
And that like Dr. Davros, if I have that name correct.
Dr. Reiner?
Reiner, excuse me. Was going around inspecting like all the patients, taking careful notes. And seemed to be, working towards a cure. At least that's the statements he was making. But I'm not sure in what form it was to be delivered. I didn't really see anyone getting anything other than water.
Do you get the impression that he was acting or putting on a show for the sake of the people there?
I will say that the news given to me was especially dire, in that I wasn't expected to live out the live through the next day.
Did a
And
really good job on the makeup.
like the makeup must be astounding, but like this was even after the illusory magic had fallen, and I don't know, like I know that the disease is fast moving, but I didn't think that our makeup work put me that dire to begin with.
So more that providing false hope, but then also making sure that they know they're going to die anyway.
Indeed.
Seems unnecessary. I don't know how palliative care works though, so perhaps that's the way they do things in hospices. Doesn't seem right to me though. We should.
Jason, was there any detail I missed? That's me honestly trying from the best of my memory.
I will not add anything else.
Okay.
Well, I have investigations into House Arcona at some point here. I need to look into. We still have Neolandis to try and track down if we can, but that's back in Old Korvosa somehow. I don't think we're going back there anytime soon. Assuming he still lives.
Wait, didn't you find stuff on the boxes? A little. I don't know this. This is player me.
Forgive me.
Alex. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I'm trying to remember.
You found the Arcona logo on some of the boxes.
The House Arcona
Nice.
logo on some of the Thank you for reminding me.
Just
It was
remembered
for
when you said
Arcona
that.
exports.
Yeah.
That is the one thing that I will then add. When I was busy hiding amongst the boxes, as I was attempting to make my mistake, I found the logo of Arcona exports on many of the crates that were keeping me company.
Arcona.
More reason to investigate them.
Because it was them and Jegare that I was thinking, but actually I thought Jegare was more likely. What do we know about House Arcona? Let me pull up my facts and informations.
Yeah, the stuff in that I gave you in the document is what you would sort of know by default. If you want to know additional things, then that would be society checks. But you probably want to ask specific questions.
Yeah, I'm just going back to read through here just to refresh my memory. A merchant family that predates the founding of the Cheliax Empire. Rose to major prominence sometime somewhat recently after expedition to Vudra, and they now have a lot of Vudrani culture and some mixing from that nation, it sounds like.
There was a Vudran woman who was part of the meat stuff.
And you're right, there was. Did we get her name? I don't think we did we? I have to go back.
I don't either.
My notes forever.
I think like our one mistake during that, our big one was like never asking him about her. He is in prison.
The Vudran woman, I have a note that she was related to the Cerulean Society.
Ooh.
Which is also linked into this somehow, I imagine. Are all these organizations in this together trying to destroy Korvosa? For what end? What? And I guess that would be my next question. Has House Arcona, and this would be a society check question. Has House Arcona ever shown themselves publicly to be anything other than a charitable house in my lifetime, I guess?
Okay, yeah, society check.
Question marks. There we go.
Okay, yes. They are known for... So, House Arcona is positioned primarily in Old Korvosa. They were one of the first families to kind of set up here. And so most of their land holding is in Old Korvosa itself, and they actually own quite a lot of the space, and thus are kind of slumlords.
Okay.
They own many buildings and rent them out to probably too many people. And in the recent past, or up until the recent past, like about maybe 5 years ago or so, they were known for being like pretty stingy landlord types. And in addition to they are a major import-export business, but they also own a lot of, land in Korvosa and do a lot of rentals, to sort of supplement their income. But recently, the son of the head of House Arcona has taken over the house. His name is Glorio. Glorio Arcona. Glorio Arcona. He is actually quite beloved by the people of Old Korvosa these days, because he's started to open up new apartment buildings. They've been building new spaces and renting them for very cheap. And he's actually gone through and started dramatically lowering rents on places that had been basically extorting people.
So not just the new buildings, but older tenements as well have been reduced.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the last 5 years has been a consistent rent decline in Old Korvosa.
This is going to be a strange question to follow up on that real quick.
Yep.
Did that lead to an influx of people moving back to Old Korvosa?
Yeah, kind of. Not really, I guess. Because a lot of people, there's just not a lot of space in
right.
Old Korvosa.
Wouldn't think so, but if there's better living conditions there, I'm wondering if that would either being gentrified or at the very least just bringing people back home that had left because there was no place to live, or
it was more increasing people's sort of base quality of life, rather than causing any kind of large influx of people, because most people, once they get out of Old Korvosa, they do not want to go back. They've usually gotten enough money or status or what have you, to go live a comfortable life somewhere else, either outside of Korvosa or in a nicer part of Korvosa. So there's not much reason to ever really go back to the island
okay,
once you've graduated from it. But yeah, it seems largely to have just made people's lives a lot more comfortable, reduced crime quite a lot. I mean, crime is still really bad in Old Korvosa, but it has gotten some amount better in the last 5 years, thanks to Glorio.
Improvements. That's nice.
And yeah, so the people there like him quite a lot because they view him as he's the new breed of Arcona. He's gonna really change things around here.
It is curious. That's where kind of the start of and the most cases are of this disease.
That was why I was wondering if bringing in more people back to the island would increase the population and make it more susceptible to a plague.
And I guess for reference, yeah, House Arcona is up on this hill here.
Oh,
That's where their like main estate is.
It's literally the house.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, they have other like noble houses around, but the main family lives in a massive estate in the space that used to be like the old Fort Korvosa. What was it you said, Tully?
Oh, I was just thinking it'd be funny if it actually said House Korvosa on top of it, or maybe like a Hollywood Hills sign style, just says Corvona on a hill nearby.
Yeah, not quite. But it is supposed to be quite a nice estate. I don't think any of you would have had any reason to go there or see it.
Blinking neon.
I mean, you might have seen it from a distance while at other places, but you wouldn't have gone through the like massive stone wall to get there.
Oh, no way. Not even close.
My, I guess, society check would be, given that they're unlikely to run an import-export business out of such a fancy estate, where would they bring in large number of crates? Large numbers of crates? Do they have like a well-known warehouse that I maybe have interacted with before?
Who, House Arcona?
Correct.
Yeah, society check. Thinking about it, you know, you were pretty sure they had a couple of warehouses somewhere in the West Docks, like nearby, but most of they own like almost all of the docks in Old Korvosa. Basically everything except the dock that Eel's End is on. Yeah. So they have tons of warehouses all over Korvosa, effectively.
But like to point it out, all of the
Mhm.
the land that's currently been surrounded by ships and more or less like isolated from the city is the areas in which they could bring in like crates.
I mean, they can't now.
Yes.
Yeah, with the quarantine, all of Old Korvosa is basically cut off.
Cool.
Yeah, not impossible to get in or out, but you don't think any, given what you saw from the ships blockading the ports, Arcona is probably not getting any business done there. And if they owned this warehouse here in the in West Dock, this is probably their biggest warehouse in the West Dock. They maybe have like a couple of smaller warehouses here, and probably a couple of small warehouses in the East Dock, but those are probably like specialty warehouses, and much smaller. All of their big stuff is going to be Old Korvosa.
I think at most it sort of implies a timeline that if the goods were brought in bulk, they were likely brought in through the docks at Old Korvosa before it was interdicted.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And they started blowing bridges, literally.
Do you have any thoughts, Regan?
I have many thoughts, but I can't find. Where did you find the information on House Arcona that you had? Was that just stuff you wrote down?
No, this was a doc.
The
but
World
Jason
Bible
shared more information. Peerage review is under Law and Order, I think. or the government. It's under the government, I guess. In Welcome to Korvosa.
Oh, welcome to Korvosa. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I was trying to find which document it was in.
Oh yeah, I made a lot of campaign docs.
Lots
like
of good
clicking through
information.
them,
That's why I
going,
was
"Where'd
like,
it
I
go?"
know that we have some information about House Arcona, and it was between them and Jegare that I was thinking one of them would have been the house.
Yeah, any
here. But...
yes, ARKONA is the name of Arcona, or is the spelling of Arcona. Glorio is GLORIO.
Ah, there
And
it
he
is.
is the current head of House Arcona. His I think his father died, about 5 years ago.
And his sister.
Malia?
Malia.
Yes, he does
We
have
need
a
to
sister,
go-
Malia Arcona.
We need to go get that woman's name from what's his face.
You don't think she would have been involved?
I
That
don't. I
directly.
have no idea.
That would be scandalous, to be perfectly frank.
I think like someone like he would know. I don't know. He would be like, yeah, I'm dating the House Arcona person. Maybe not.
That
We-
might
we
be
should
something
figure out her
down
name.
low, and it's just something you happen to have in your pocket. But he was kind of keeping some stuff on the down low, so.
Because we have the like letters from her or something. It was so long ago.
Yeah, you're talking about Varric van Kaskerkin
Yeah.
and his seeming love affair with someone.
The Voudrin woman. She might be unrelated to the house.
Love letters from M. Is that the item that I have? Is that the one?
Yeah, that is in fact the
Was
item that you.
And her name starts with an M.
This was not the item I was expecting to see.
Ooh.
Where's my board? I need my red string. Just
What
up
a-
here, all over.
What a roundabout way to figure that out, if that's true.
I swear to God, if that setup was something we were supposed to discover like 3 weeks ago, in game,
No, this is great. This is good.
something.
Dots
It
are
would be-
connecting.
So on the one hand, it could be kind of interesting to go to somebody with these to try and convince them to want to talk to us in exchange. On the other hand, he's dead, so I don't know how much good it's going to do to try and use it as blackmail.
Who's dead?
Yeah, who's it?
Sorry, not Van Kaskerkin. Well,
Varric's
DeVargo
alive.
is the person I want to talk to, but she's probably still alive. I don't know if she would want to exchange information for these letters, though.
Melia?
Yeah, assuming these are hers. I'm making a huge jump of an assumption here.
We need to go ask him. I feel like he'll talk to us.
So
I
let's go-
vouched for him. A few
Yeah,
times.
let's go to. I guess we'll go talk to Van Kaskerkin, and while we're there, maybe we'll get Lam, brought in to help out with something else too. Some other investigation about something that might have happened nearby. Who can say?
Should we do that like tomorrow instead of? I actually don't know what time it is. in
It's
the
like
game.
almost 8.
Oh, 8.
It's now
Yeah,
8.
it's like 8 p.m. It is now 8 p.m.
8. 6 seconds after 8. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh.
It seems like a reasonable excuse to have to go see, go into the Citadel tomorrow. Is to go,
To be
Have it-
nearby, if nothing
to-
else.
indeed, to go have a chat.
The door opens and Shields from Flame, Tace, and why did I not put her here? Your daughter. What's her name?
Liz.
Lizdy.
Liz D. There we go.
Oh, it just
Thought
doesn't
she was
answer.
there, but
It's
she's
like,
not.
what is her name?
They come in carrying some bags of groceries. Oh, hey, Dad. Oh, whoa. Oops.
Ooh, ooh.
I hit the boss
Oh.
reveal button.
Oh
Oops.
my God.
It was Lizdy the entire time.
I misclicked.
Have?
What
Okay.
a surprise.
I forgot it was
we're-
there.
We're just doing like Persona style character entrances.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was. I was like, Lucy says, okay.
Yeah, I can do
Woo!
takes. But anyway, yeah, they it looks like they're taking groceries into the kitchen. Hey, Dad, are you working late today?
No, I'm off now, so whenever you're done, I'm happy to hang around. Don't make me rush you.
Oh, I'll probably stay over tonight again. We were gonna do some watercolors.
Oh, well, that does sound fun. Have a good time. Don't do anything bad. I don't know what kind of trouble you can get into watercolors. That sounds actually really
I
nice.
won't, Dad.
Well, I guess I'll head back to the house then and make sure everything is still locked up tight and nobody's gotten into anything.
All right.
But I will meet everybody at the Citadel tomorrow. Right? Citadel? Castle?
Yeah, the
Yep.
Citadel.
The Citadel.
The Citadel in the morning.
Okay. So we're just time skipping. Does anybody have anything they need to do until then?
Did we actually have the papers from DeVargo? Did we take those?
Yes. Who has them?
Nobody has them.
Do you want to read them?
Do I have them? That would be funny.
I don't remember. I thought I made an item and gave them to someone.
I am looking to see if I have ended up with them.
Inventory.
Oh, that's right. There's a search function now.
Oh, yay. I was gonna
No, maybe I didn't.
You mean you don't have to just go blindly through a dozen views that you remember how to get into this thing?
Items. Oh, yeah, I made it to Vargo's documents. Here, I'll just put
Maybe
it on the
there's a
map.
stack.
Create a new file.
Yeah, I don't have them.
So you take them.
And someone can take it.
Give me that.
Char.
I need to change the bulk on it, but I'll wait till you take them.
DeVargo's documents is in the script and scrimshaw inventory.
Oh,
Oh, it is. Okay.
I was
So.
going to say, I was wondering if it's stashed someplace.
I'll delete
Fair
that.
Now, we made
Yeah.
copies while we were hanging out.
You can take it from the stash.
I learned how to do this.
Oh, I think it's from the script and scrimshaw stash specifically.
Oh.
Yes.
Have to go back in.
So, well, I don't.
Um,
I was going to say, the only person who naturally has access to that is Alex, so.
I'm trying to drag it onto Regan's character, and it's not doing the thing. Come on.
Oh, you might not be able to do it directly from there. Here, I'll do it. All right. I've given it to Regan.
They're here.
Regan has it.
We did it.
There they are.
And I need to change
Okay.
the bulk on these. 'Cause it's a lot of documents.
Should be
Haul these
50
back.
bulk instead.
No, it's just one bulk.
Oh, okay. You just got a ream of paper.
Yeah.
I have much to do. So we'll go back. I didn't use all my pest forms. That's great news because I have a wand. So unless they've patched, there's like a 2.1 patch to the university, I can still get in.
Nope, they will allow you back. I mean, not. They're not allowing you back in. You are sneaking back in.
Yeah.
Successful
They will
sneak.
allow you by not checking.
Don't check, never look. And I will. Did I get the cool one of quick sort? And I'm gonna sort these
Ooh.
No, I don't think I can sort them alphabetically by name that appears because many names can appear. I will sort them by date. That sounds right.
Ah,
And
okay.
Yeah, go
Uh,
from recent backwards.
Okay, so you tap the wand to get the papers, and they split and shuffle and split, and then arrange themselves into neat piles by some easily observed factor. Indication, page title, or date. Yeah, okay, so they sort themselves by date with a pile on the side that's just like undated papers.
Okay. What is like the oldest date? Is it like years and years ago, or is it fairly.
Ooh, yeah. The oldest one is probably from like 8 years ago.
Wow.
So luckily I don't need any of that. So
Because this was just random stuff that was in his desk and scattered around.
she's probably gonna spend time before she goes to bed kind of searching the newer documents, and I was gonna search for our names this time, like to see if anything was in there about us.
Okay.
Before-
Try to narrow it, or yeah, just search for mentions of you all. Okay. Give me a. I think that's a society check. Yeah, to search through the documents.
Let's see. Dun, dun, dun.
And you get a +2 circumstance bonus.
Ooh. Wee! I think okay, I was blind. Searching,
Okay.
searching.
So you did search for your names before, and what you could
didn't,
find.
Actually.
Uh,
Search before I chose not to.
someone searched for mentions of you all, didn't they?
I was stuck between doing that and searching for Rolth, and I chose to search for Rolth, and then we heard of the cerulean guy wanting info on me.
That's what happened. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, you search for information about yourselves. And you do find in some recent time period, well, you find some notes from the day that you first appeared. Strange masked man and his friends, parens, a black cat, and a Parisian gentleman came and bartered with me, and etc. The only other page you're able to find about you is got an interesting request today. Seems that the black cat is worth following. And then there's like a couple other details listed under it that seem to be written at later times. Regan Belladonna, student at the academy, frequently visits the scripted scrimshaw. What else? A list of your classes that you're currently taking.
My glasses. Are my grades there?
Your
Doesn't say
grades are
I'm
not listed,
fine.
no.
Hmm.
And it's not the entire
Yeah,
list of
after.
classes that you're taking. It's like some of the classes that you're taking.
Okay.
And well connected with the Korvosan guard.
So I'll
Has
choose
regular
Frank's
meetings with Cresta Croft. Or with the field marshal. And it looks like there might be more pages of this, but they're not. They're not in this collection.
I wonder if that's what was given to the dude. I wonder why I'm worth tracking. Well, I know why I'm worth tracking, but who would want to track me? Like, now I'm a bit grumpy that someone's been tracking me and I haven't noticed them.
Well, none of
Wonder
this
if
is
any-
information that they needed to have observed you specifically for. This could be things that they've, like, other people can gather information about you
Oh yeah, that's
without
true.
without talking to you.
Yeah, you can be like, have you seen this person and what were they up to?
And you're
Yeah.
distinctive.
Yeah, I am distinct. Well, whatever else was here may or may not have been very important about me, but I'll never know. At least not tonight. But yeah, she's
But you don't find anything on Mayhem, nor do you find anything on Felix.
Reassuring, actually.
Maybe it's because I made the worst impression. The whatever that was. The barter.
Well, it seems like someone requested this information about
Oh
you.
yeah.
So
And
they started
we-
tracking you a bit.
Well, we know. I'm pretty sure now that it's the Cerulean Society because of Felix's vision.
The object reading.
Yeah.
Certainly
know
seems
why?
like it.
We don't know why,
Why would they want?
and I've never interacted with them, so it's very much a
Believe
mystery
you.
to me. And I don't think I will go out of my way yet to interact with them. But I'll definitely bring this along when I go to see
All right.
everybody.
You can actually ask a second question.
Can I ask a second question
Get
Yes.
2 questions.
about the documents?
About the documents, yeah.
Oh. I didn't have a second question. What
Okay,
would be a
you
good second
you may not have a
question?
second question.
Is there... What were we trying to initially get information on? I guess he didn't... We might have looked for that already.
Yeah, we did, because we were trying to find out if there was any information on the doctors, or at least that's some of the information we managed to dig out of there that they couldn't. The doctors claimed to have come from a number of places, and most of those places they couldn't be confirmed to have come from, including Reiner Davilis. He claimed to come from Agorian, but couldn't. The contacts there had no information about him being out of Cheliax, or at least out of Agorian. So,
I don't know if this question is too broad, but are there any other sections within the recent, it doesn't have to be all the way back and shouldn't be, but like the recent documents where it looks like someone has taken documents out, where it's like suddenly something cuts off or seems like there's more pages?
Ah,
Sentence incomplete.
Because it seemed like someone might have rifled through them.
yeah, it does seem like someone rifled through them and took maybe some pretty large quantities of stuff. But yeah, you're not able to determine whether or not. Yeah, at a studying it and looking through, you aren't able to find anything that looks interesting in that regard.
Okay.
There might be a couple pages here and there, but they don't look like interesting documents to have partially taken.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, there's some interesting sentence on this page, but then there's not
Yeah.
another page. It's like, oh, it's some crap that has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's not clear what was taken. It seems like, yes, maybe they took some specific things that they were looking for, but that they also probably, like you, grabbed a bunch of stuff and left. But they just didn't grab everything.
Yeah, they just kind of grabbed some stuff, and
And
it
then
happened
that's
that
back up.
other stuff was cut off when they grabbed it, but it's not
Mhm.
necessarily
Yeah.
important stuff. Okay, yeah. I can study these more later too, but
And yeah, it
I
also
just
doesn't
wanted
look like a specific category of thing is missing per se. Maybe a lot of like, oh no, yeah, no specific categories. There's random bits of blackmail on random people. Yeah, it's not clear.
this is like a third question, but anyone cool that's being blackmailed?
No names that you would immediately recognize.
nobody from the fanfictions.
We'll save that for later. We might find some name there that's useful.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything this night?
No.
That is specific.
A bath.
All right. Yeah, you draw a nice bath for the evening to get off the remaining makeup, and we can advance to morning. Are you just going to meet at the Citadel?
I believe that was the plan. I don't know if actually firmly established the time, but I think we would have. 9-ish.
I'll swing by Nia's shop, see if I can pick up my regular armor.
Oh yes, your armor would be done. Hey, darling. Just so you
Hey,
know,
Nia.
there were some nice armored ladies looking around.
Mhm. Thanks for the heads up. Hopefully they weren't too nosy.
No, they were asking some questions that,
Hello, Raid.
well, I would... A lady of my standing would never respond to. But you can rest assured that no details of your recent shopping activities were divulged, she says with a smile.
What an ally.
Thank you, Nia. It's always reassuring to be able to have a friend here in the city.
Yes, well, as long as they don't do anything more than asking questions.
Understood.
And
Either way, I hope you have a quiet rest of your day.
I hope so too. It looks like it's going to rain today.
Oh no. I don't have an umbrella.
No, I could sell you one.
I'll just do my best to keep dry, but thank you.
Very well, very well. All right. So you pick up your armor.
I
head
assume it is
outside.
now a +1 leather armor.
Yes, I believe that's what you put on it. Was a +1 rune.
Yep. I have modified it to be that thing.
Excellent. And yeah, you're able to arrive at the Citadel on time. Where's our lovely Regan? I'll drag you over there as well, unless you're not going.
I'm going. I'm just doing my
Okay.
spells.
We. Yes, hello, Raid. Tabletop Rolls. Welcome.
Good morning. How's everyone doing?
Well enough. Did you get did you get decent sleep for once?
Did you sleep?
Did you sleep?
Yes.
Tell the truth. Did you sleep?
There are some pretty dark marks under his eyes. I did sleep. I may have stayed up a little late working on trying to put the pieces together.
Ooh. Did you make a map?
Yes.
Oh my god, I'd love to see your map sometime.
Well, if you ever end up stuck outside of the university, you can come over and take a look at the map. Maybe you can help me put things in better places.
I only have to be stuck. I'll come over tonight and see the map.
Come over, I guess,
Yeah,
if you want.
I'm gonna come over and see your map tonight.
Okay.
Ooh, yay! I want to add to the map.
Map time.
I think no one's actually been to Tully's house yet.
Correct.
He's never invited us.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
you guys
It's a
are kind of
mansion.
milling around, like a block away from the Citadel.
Yeah, let's go see our friend Varric.
Yeah, see how he's doing. He's up to any good, hopefully.
Probably no good.
He's literally in prison.
That does not
He's in a neutral state.
does not prevent you from getting up to no good.
I
Trying
guess
to remember
that's
if we
true.
had actually managed to get him released enough to do the community service or not. I know we talked to them about that, but
Well,
I
Regan
keep
did.
trying to get to do it.
you make your way inside with Tully's help. It's trivial to allow guests through. Things at the guard are just as busy as always. The Citadel is fairly empty, with most people out on the streets, trying to assist in keeping public order, and with roughly half of the guard taken and converted into Grey Maidens. There's just they're very, very understaffed at the moment. There's a lot of people running around, barely anyone's paying attention to you. You ask around about Varric, and someone will tell you that he's actually out on duty. The field marshal actually put him to work out in the Grey District. Said he'd be better off there than rotting in a cell.
That's
She's not
excellent news.
Yeah. So maybe we'll have to go pay him a visit there then. How are you doing on everything else? I know it's been busy in town, but have things calmed down at all with the plague going on?
Calm's not a good way to put it. More people are dying every day. We're trying everything we can to keep the peace, but we just had last night I had to go help stop a bunch of looters from breaking into a few stores.
Really? Where at?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It was up in North Point.
Oh dear.
Just
What
between
happened?
you and me, I think those guys were Zarni gang.
That doesn't surprise me. I was hoping they'd be stuck on the island, but they did always get their fingers in the wrong places, didn't they? Well,
He
I'll be
nods
on
in
the
agreement.
lookout as well.
What was that?
I said I'll be on the lookout for any kind of activity like that as well. So have you seen the field marshal around?
Cressida? Yeah, the field marshal's up in her office, I think. I'm pretty sure.
I didn't know if we needed to go talk to her or not. I just was double checking. Otherwise, we can just head down to the Grey District. Turning to the others to get their opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Alright.
think Varric is who we wanted to chat with, and it's good to hear that he's at least doing something positive for the city.
I agree.
Yeah, if you're looking for him, I think he's currently doing watch duties out at the Grey District Gate with some of the priests.
Well, we'll go pay them a visit. Thanks, appreciate it. I'll be back.
All right. And with that, I guess you make your way towards Grey District?
Yes. Just the main gate
making
here.
your way through town. What was that? Oh, that's just like 15 minutes or so. And yeah, there with some of the priests of Pharasma, you see Varric kind of standing guard while the clerics are sort of blessing another another cart of bodies. And there's actually a line of carters who are all carrying like 3, 4, 5 bodies per cart.
It is getting bad out here. I hope they're actually working on a cure and not just bullshitting us. Oh, hey, Varric. How are you doing?
Hmm?
Good to see you
Oh.
actually on the duty again.
Yeah. Anything to pay my debt to the city. I'm real sorry about what I did. It was foolish of me. Especially when things are this bad.
Well, you didn't know they were going to get this bad. Now you know. But you're doing good work out here, it looks like, so. And Tully's gonna look over at Felix and will go into his bag and produce the letters. Not entirely sure how to approach this situation. Looking to the diplomat instead of the liar.
I mean,
You're the authority figure. Oh my god, it's him.
I'm the bad cop. I'm looking to give the good cop an opportunity to good cop a bit.
we were going through some old.
There we go.
Yes. I mean, the other introduction was also very fancy.
Should
I just
be
wanted to keep
down there.
the image of Varric on screen for
Ba-da-da.
video viewers.
But yeah, as Tully was like reaching for the papers, I'll tell Varric we were looking through some old evidence that we had captured, trying to connect the dots, and came across some love letters. And I was hoping that you could give us a little bit more context on who this mysterious woman is.
That's really not important. He reaches out to try to take them from you.
Are they like super spicy?
Hold on, please.
We don't have to get into the content by any means. Our goal is not to wave the past around, but we're more interested in how you met this person and maybe some details about like the circumstances that you found yourself interacting with them.
Really, I don't think that's appropriate work conversation. He kind of fidgets a bit.
You can leave out the naughty details. We just need to know the facts.
Well, he looks around. Hey, Barton, he calls out to one of the other guards. Can you watch for me? I need to talk to these folks for a sec. And Barton waves his hand and starts to walk over towards where Varric was standing guard. And Varric will kind of walk out over towards the behind a tree.
There are better ways to not look suspicious than hiding behind trees.
Oh, well, he's not hiding behind a tree. He just kind of walks.
It seems
presuming that you're following.
We're just gonna go over how
He just wants a
casual
private
conversation
spot.
over here, very blatantly outside of everybody. Like normal people do.
It's just private matters. I don't really want to concern everyone else with this sort of stuff.
He's just embarrassed about his spicy letters. It's fine.
But yeah, those are from my girlfriend. What of it?
We're sort of interested in how she came to be your girlfriend.
No, what's her name?
Yeah.
Because we can eliminate right now if this is someone we actually need to ask about.
Give me a diplomacy check. So he's neutral right now. You'll have to increase his attitude in order to get him to spill any beans.
Okay,
I helped
here's
this man through my letters.
Do you want to help?
You can say that. He doesn't know that. He seems to not know that.
It's hey, I really I believe in you to do the right thing. I've written a bunch of letters to help you get this community service. I am pretty sure that you're not someone who's up to no good. And we just need help with this to make sure that this person is also not connected to anything. We're not suspecting you of stuff.
Okay, that will be a diplomacy check. Someone else can aid if they want.
I'm happy to aid.
And the DC will be lower because you are bringing up some good points. 28 will critically succeed. So you get a +2 because he's trained.
All right. I'm gonna harrow point this actually,
Alright.
so I'm just gonna do it twice.
Just
'cause
trying to
I'm
make sure you're not
nervous.
involved, my friend.
Let's see. One
Oh,
more
this
time.
this is public.
Oh.
So
It's
you
public?
can see this
Oh.
before. So this is a 31. You rolled a
Oh.
19.
Well, yeah, I didn't think about that.
I mean, if you want a hero point,
I didn't know
I
it was
suppose.
public.
Oh,
Alright.
it's actually a 32. I think you put 2 plus. Yeah, it should be one higher.
Okay, so it's great. I'm very diplomatic. I didn't know it was public.
Yeah, this one happens to be public.
Fantastic.
Diplomacy checks need not be secret. Wait, that was you? Oh, I didn't realize. The field marshal said that someone had put in a good word for me, but well, I guess if that really was you, I don't mind. But I don't think Mel's doing anything wrong. What? She's
Malia?
She's just no, I think her name's Mel.
Just Mel, huh?
Just Mel.
Last name?
I never asked her for a last name, but those things
She was
aren't
your girlfriend.
important.
Sorry, I shouldn't be making these judgments. I know the youth are different than my day.
Not everyone trades like blood tests and fingerprints, Tully.
I always just knew her as Mel. She was a waitress at the restaurant I used to work at. Or not work at, I used to go to.
At a cocktail bar?
They did cocktails on weekends.
A cocktail bar.
But I don't know. What do you want me to tell you about her?
Does she still work at the cocktail bar? Do you still have contact with her?
No, she doesn't work at the bar. Not bar. It's a
Or
restaurant.
not the
It's a
cocktail,
pub.
the restaurant, yeah, not the cocktail bar.
I'm making jokes here and
Yeah.
The
I'm
cocktail
sticking
bar.
them and making them canon. I'm on board, but
The restaurant.
They have a cocktail bar on weekends, but it's mostly just kind of like pub food. But anyway, no, she quit that place not too long after we met. She actually works a pretty busy job these days. She got some kind of really cool merchant gig, I think.
working as part of shipping, or which do you know what work she was doing?
Not really. We didn't really talk about work that much. Well, I mean, I talked about work a lot, but I didn't really think to ask her much about it. She seemed happy though.
Good.
It kind of takes her out of town a lot, I think. But I haven't seen her since. Well, you know. I wanted to write her, but I guess I never really got her address. We usually used to just meet at the meat shop.
Did by chance she tell you who she worked for? We could deliver a letter to them on your behalf.
He shakes his head. No, I don't think so. Or if she did, I don't remember.
Okay.
What was that?
Fair enough. I was just clarifying which shipping organization, but if he doesn't remember, so be it.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to know.
Okay.
Which restaurant was it?
Oh, it was over in East Dock, I think. Where's the pub? Did I put it on the map? Oh yeah, the Shoreline Drink Hall.
Ooh.
Is that a place I would know of?
Yes, you'd be aware of it. It is.
Oh my goodness.
over here on East Dock. It is the primary place that all of the Sable Company Marines hang out at. It's like the Sable Company bar. But a lot of guards who have duty, or who like do their rounds in the East District, tend to stop by there as well. And yeah, they're known for having a nice pub.
Well, that's good information. They might have records of her there.
It's the next best place to go check, so.
Why? You don't think she did anything bad, did she? My Mel would never do something like that. Or, I mean, like that. He doesn't know what.
Tully puts a hand on Varric's shoulder. I don't really know if I can explain this clearly, but I don't think she's who you thought she was. And I don't really want to go into more detail than that, but you may have ended up with somebody who is very good at lying.
Lying? But my sweet Mel would never lie. We spent so much time talking about truth and justice, and there's just no way.
Believe what you want.
Well, we can figure it out. Best case scenario, we can tell her where you are so she can start sending you letters again. Worst
No,
case
don't do that. I not while I'm on probation still. I need to work my way back up to a proper position in the guard, and then I can face her.
Okay, that's understandable.
Especially after I messed the whole plan up. I don't want to face her like that. Or like this.
So you'd rather face her after getting a new plan in place? Doesn't seem like a good idea.
How involved was she with the plan?
Well, I mean, she's the one who believed in me. Believed I could really do something special for the city. I mean, without her, I don't know if I would have had the guts to try something that bold, but I mean, I just messed it up. I should have paid more attention to who I was pulling in and what they were doing, and I let it all get to my head.
I'm kind of wanting to do an insight check, but I'm also kind of nudging Regan to see if she's seeing anything magical in regards to his response and the way that he's treating Mel. Like, I'm curious if he's been addled.
Enchanted him with
Maybe.
her.
I want to just see if he's
Like, he might just be straight up smitten. But
yeah, like I would want to do an insight check of man to see if he's just that. I don't want to say gullible, but
Do enchantment spells wear off? They wear off after
It depends
time.
on the spell type.
Okay.
They do wear off. Sometimes if you apply the same spell over and over again, it can result in a person's attitude just like permanently changing.
Okay.
But that's like pretty advanced usage. That's like, hey, every day I charm you with the same charm.
Mm-hmm.
But some people are just willing. So
I think he just. I don't know. I mean, I can see. I can sense. I don't know if sense motive would even help with knowing if someone was genuinely. I think he's just genuinely into her.
He might be, but I'm currently curious as to whether he's actually.
yeah, if you have detect magic or read aura, I think both of those.
Yeah, I have detect magic. Magic.
I have neither.
Yeah, you could do a subtle detect magic.
Yeah. I will subtly detect some magic.
Okay. Yeah, you
Magic.
try to feel out is there any kind of enchantment going on here, and no, you're not picking anything up. And Felix, you can do an insight check if you want. Same thing with Tully, if you wish.
Yeah, can a
Be
detect
perception.
mark?
Yeah, kind of seeing if he's truly smitten, or really if his protests here are kind of like tinged with doubt at all. If there's any chance that he
Ooh.
might have an idea of some reason that he's protesting too much, if that makes sense.
Okay, you both think that he is very much smitten with her and will refuse to believe that she has done anything wrong or could do anything wrong. Tully, you hang on a specific way he's talking. This man thinks about himself a lot. And the way he talked about the plan and the way he talked about, or the way he talks about knowing or like having spoken to her a lot about what he did, but never really asking her what she did.
Yeah, not picking up any of
This-
those extra little details.
Yeah, you think he might be the kind of person who you suggest a plan to them and then they think that they came up with it.
Yeah,
It's
that
easily
tracks here.
talked up.
And yeah, basically the same thing for Felix. You both get the very strong suspicion that he is very easily gullible and easily talked into things if he is flattered.
And he was quite flattered, I imagine.
And
So-
all of this stuff about her going away for a while and their interactions being a bit sparse, like, this sounds a bit like my girlfriend's in Canada. I mean, I guess my girlfriend's in Canada is like she doesn't exist. This is
yeah,
a
this
bit
is-
more like my husband's always away on business meetings every week. You're not sure how real this love affair is from her side.
Well,
It
she doesn't
sounds
know her
sounds
last
sus.
name.
And we
What's
had
the
some
support
I
first
had some
name?
idea that she was connected to the Cerulean Society, which also tracks. So
Yeah, and if you wanted to infiltrate someone in the guard, no better way than to hang out at their bar.
should we go hang out at a bar?
I think we should go hang out at a bar.
A cocktail bar?
If anything,
Not a
at least the
cocktail
view
bar.
over the
It's not even a
view
bar
over
in-
the river will be nice.
It's a restaurant. Well,
We can see if Mel's working today.
no, she's not working there anymore. Remember,
Oh,
she's
yeah.
working for the shipping place.
I have in mind
That's
just go
okay.
straight to House Arcona and see if we can say hello, but I don't think they'd let us in, would they? So,
I mean, I
to
wouldn't.
the restaurant.
Well, thank you.
We should give him his letters back. I don't think we have any need of them.
No,
Hmm?
don't give him his letters back. This is the one thing I. Oh, wait. We might need those later.
Oh, okay. And then Tully will fold them up and put them back in his bag really awkwardly.
Varric like reaches. Oh,
No.
Okay.
I'm
I
sorry.
guess if you need them, but you're not gonna
Oh.
tell anyone about this, are you?
No, we didn't plan to, and we still don't.
We're just looking for her, and we don't. She looks at Tully. We don't plan on doing anything. We just have a few questions to ask her.
Okay. Well, if you see her, could you ask her what she thinks about me?
Yes.
Of course.
But don't tell her I asked you, please.
Okay. All right.
I haven't.
Regan's like,
this
looks
age
like the
in
high
so long.
schoolers.
I was
How old
gonna
is this
say.
man? Is he like?
He's what is he? He's probably like
Like,
mid
late
20s,
20s?
mid late 20s, yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So we're like, he's older than me. Uh oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So you want? She thinks about it. She's like, all right. Yeah, I can figure out how to do that.
We'll make this work.
I'll make this work.
Okay. Well, I should probably get back on duty. Or is that it? Or
Yeah. again, I am glad to see you actually out on duty. It was much better than seeing you in jail cell.
Thanks. And again, sorry about everything I did. Well, actions will be the only way I can right my wrongs, so.
Yes.
And
You're doing a great job.
Thanks. And he makes his way back to the gate.
I've read fan fictions like this too, where, you know, the lovers to enemies to lovers again and to enemies again. Very, very tragic.
Okay. Sorry, I'm processing this. Who are the lovers that are enemies that are lovers again? Are we
So
still talking about
he
Melvin?
loves her, and
Mhm.
she might not love him because she might be super evil. But there's a non-0% chance she could love him, and she's evil, he's like not so evil, and then maybe at the end they get together, but one of them might and will die. So that's at
Who
least
are
how
these
the
lovers?
last chapter of Lovers to Enemies Who Die at the End went.
Just gonna hand Regan those letters.
Yeah, I can't follow this myself.
So you can work with these and figure out your lovers to enemies to haters to lovers situation. I don't understand, and I never want to.
It wasn't called that. It was called The Black Rose. I can lend you a copy. Oh, this is excellent.
Oh dear.
I have to get you the one where the king gets poisoned and then haunted by a ghost of his dead father. And then I have to get you the Black Rose. All right, this is great. And you can read them, and then you can know exactly what I mean, and it will help us. There he goes. All right, wait, hold on. I didn't finish.
As Tully is just like walking down the street.
It's actually part of a trilogy.
All right, where are you guys going?
To the restaurant?
It is Sunday. It's a cocktail bar.
Yeah,
We're
it
getting
is
mimosas.
Sunday, the 28th of Callistrol. Yeah, will you make it in time for mimosas?
Morning mimosas.
Yeah, I think so.
Hopefully the line for brunch is not out the door.
Yeah, you cross the high bridge, which is like devoid of traffic currently because everyone's dying.
Yeah.
And make your way to the Shoreline Drink Hall. Which, as you arrive, you can see the interior looks like it's closed, but they have a few tables that are spaced out. And there's a couple of Sable Company guards.
Of course. There's a plate going. Of course, they'd be closed.
There's some, Sable Company guards sitting at two of the tables. There's like 4 tables outside. And there's small, like, 2 to 4 person tables. With like the umbrella stands.
Does it look like a seat ourselves situation?
What was that?
Does it look like a seat ourselves sort of situation?
Yes. And as you approach, like a waiter will come over and for 3?
Yes, please.
Mm-hmm. Does the little one count? And we'll point at Majenko.
Oh no, house drinks eat free.
Ooh,
I'll get him something special.
Ah,
what
excellent.
a lovely establishment.
And we'll follow and find a table.
Okay. Yeah, he'll just seat you at one of the empty tables. Take your orders. You can spend anywhere from 5 copper to 1 gold on a meal.
I'm not spending 1 gold on a meal. Are you kidding me?
Is it a really good meal?
Yeah, it should be quite good. What would it be? Probably be salmon.
Ooh. Is that
Also,
the
in
only
theory,
fish
still
option?
worth.
They do have some other fish options. They have like cod, tilapia. They probably don't have tuna. No tuna today. And some various smaller fish. Salmon's the most expensive fish they have on the menu.
Yes, gold. I love fish. I don't get to eat salmon very often.
I'll just do the
Give me
fish
that
and chips,
salmon.
which is whatever house fish they want to serve, I guess.
Yeah. Anything for Felix?
If they would do smoked salmon on a bagel.
Yeah, they do have some smoked salmon. Yeah, a gold for Regan, a silver for Felix, and yeah, like a 5 copper for Tully.
Sure. Go for the fancy stuff.
All right.
And mimosas. We need mimosas.
And mimosas.
That'll include the mimosas.
Awesome.
We came here with a mission.
All right. Amidst
We
the
need to
pandemic, the party
Yes.
sits down for Sunday brunch.
Look, I don't like the memories this is bringing up, but it's
It's good.
it happened. Outdoor Sunday brunch during the pandemic genuinely happened. So we need to speak to management to see if this Mel worked here, I suppose.
I think so.
Do you think she actually worked here? Or do you think that was also a lie?
He met her here physically, so maybe? I'm not sure.
I'm now trying to think society-wise. Does the Cerulean Society operate much outside of the explicit walls of Korvosa? Like, I know this is also Korvosa, but it's also, you know,
Not
the
a
Eastern
not a
Western-
lot, no.
Okay.
They're not. You wouldn't expect them to have any presence in like Magnamar or Sandpoint or.
But they otherwise are
Little
still
port.
pretty kept to Korvosa's environs proper.
Yeah, they're very local. Like they might interact with other groups, but yeah, they are a pretty strictly Korvosan organization.
What are the odds that this establishment is owned by the Cerulean Society?
Owned by, pretty low, I guess.
They run their own thing. They just run the.
They
other
do
spaces.
run their own places, but more or less like closer to Old Korvosa.
Okay.
Their headquarters is like they operate primarily in Old Korvosa and North Point. So like kind of this region of the map here
Mhm.
is their sort of base of operations. But basically everywhere else in the city, they offer protection services. So Shoreline Drink Hall, yeah, probably pays dues to the Cerulean Society. Like I said earlier, Felix, I think, pays dues to the Cerulean Society as just part of his operations. It's treated like almost like your business license, like part of your business license. You just set aside some operating funds to pay the Cerulean Society so that they don't rob you.
Which is preferred. My thought process was if they owned the place, it would be very easy for a member to claim they worked there for a period of time. If they,
Yeah,
you know, did or didn't.
You don't
it was
think so, and if they did, it would be a bit weird for the Sable Company to hang out at such a joint.
It's fair. So
It's possible, but it doesn't seem, at a glance, it doesn't seem likely.
okay, that's good to know. So we'll just have to track down the manager and see if they can talk to us about Mel a little bit.
I need to see the manager.
Is
Yeah,
it just the one waiter working these 4 tables? Do they have anyone helping them?
They seem to be going back and forth to like the interior. It seems to primarily be this waiter and an older. Actually, one sec, before I lie. There might actually be a character here.
Jason, lie never.
I don't want to make someone up and then have it turn out that there's like a real character there. That I'm bad at finding the appendix. That's... Oh, I see. I'm just... Flip, flip, flip. Korvosa. There we go. And this is the Shoreline Drink Hall. Shoreline Drink Hall.
Barry Blue Jeans works here.
That is that building. And where is that? Oh, or does this one not give the entire details? I have to check a different book. Yeah, there's a manager. Oh, here we go.
Manny the manager.
No one's listed here, so I'm free to make up whoever I want. Yay! Yeah, it's an older man. And then I'm going to be mad when I look at the Korvosa book, and it has something totally different. Actually, here, I took out the PDF. Let's see. We're looking it up live. Shoreline Drink Hall. Was popular at the taverns in East Shore. Oh no, Adobe's trying to sell me on AI. Okay. It is actually owned, operated... yeah, it's owned and operated by House Endron.
Oh.
And you would know that. That's part of why the Marines tend to come here, because House Endron has really strong ties to the Korvosan Marines.
Fair enough. But okay.
So yeah, there's an older gentleman here. He's fairly rugged, short-cut white hair. He's got a few scars. Looks like he's seen some battle. He occasionally comes out to help drop off food. Actually, when your food arrives, he'll be there to help bring out some of it. And he looks like he's got the seniority to be at least a manager, if not an owner. And here you go. Hope you enjoy.
Well, thank you. This is a beautiful establishment.
Thanks. It's got a long-standing tradition of providing food and ale to our fine uniformed gentlemen. He says, looking at Tully.
Just nods and takes the glass happily. Appreciate it.
Oh, if you need anything else, be sure to let the waiter know.
Look at Felix for the good cop.
I actually have some. I myself run a bar at the other end of town, and I was hoping to ask you about someone who says they worked here for a period of time. After you've taken care of your other tables, I don't want to catch you in the middle of rush.
Oh no, it's not that busy right now. Sure, what of it?
Her name is Mel, and they're applying to work the tables at my own establishment. And they said they worked here maybe like a couple of months ago. I was wondering if you could tell me
Sassy
about them.
Mel? Yeah, Sassy Mel used to work here.
Sassy would be an accurate descriptor.
Yeah, she was a nice girl. Yeah, what do you want to know about her? She did a pretty good job, though I don't think she had done any kind of waitressing before.
Interesting. But hearing that she did a good job is like half the referral. Would you hire her back again?
Well, I think so. She was kind of limited on the hours that she could put in, mostly just weekends. I sort of got the sense that she was just here to flirt with this one guy.
It happens. Do you know the circumstances that surrounded her departure? Like, did she just get a better job somewhere else?
Yeah, she said something about her, like her father falling ill or something. I don't really remember. She said she needed to take time, to deal with that. So, I was fine letting her go, told her she could come back if she wanted. But yeah, she was only here for maybe a few months. I've since filled the position, so no skin off my back if she wants to work somewhere else. But I wish she would have asked.
I'm sorry this is the way you found out. But thank you for the letting me know about the circumstances of her employment. I'll keep it in mind that she might be here for only a minute.
Well, is that all, or?
Give a glance to Tully and Regan. It's your opportunity to ask a question.
He doesn't know where she went.
Yeah, I don't.
That's what I want to know.
Yeah,
I don't think we've got.
Did she have like a resume she applied with? She just do people have resumes here? Or is it just like you walk in, you say I can work, and they go cool, you got it.
She just came in one day and said she wanted to work here. I didn't really.
Handshake.
She was nice and pretty and seemed excited for the job. We, our previous guy had, wasn't turning up for work, so
Did he
fit right in.
turn up again?
No, I'm not sure whatever happened to Bill. Char is making gestures.
What did happen to Bill? I
He's gonna
wonder.
make a murder mystery for us.
Regan like looks over at like Tully and Felix and gives such a look to them, like, what happened to Bill?
We cannot get involved in every single murder mystery.
No, I know what happened to Bill is the thing. She killed him. She just leans over to whoever she's sitting at. She's like, she killed Bill.
I know that fan fiction. I've read that book.
Yeah, I've read one of. It's a multi-parter.
At least 2 parts.
Bill had been grumpy for a while about working here, but so it wasn't much of a problem when he stopped showing up and found someone who actually enjoyed doing the work. I just wish she could have stuck around longer and put in more hours, but oh well.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Don't mind me. I'm just gonna eat my fish and chips.
So yeah,
Thank you for
She's-
the meal and the referral.
yeah, she's decent enough when you can actually get your hands on her, but yeah. Good luck with the position hiring.
Well, thanks.
And he'll make his way back to the kitchen.
I mean, it confirmed some of our suspicions, but unfortunately doesn't give us another lead to go on.
It really does not. I hate to say it, but
I'm just assuming she went back to like the family.
we are also still assuming that this is the same person that we think it is. And it
Oh,
still seems
yes.
strange to me that she would be meddling in such lowly seeming affairs, but
This is like a
don't know.
Wordle with her name where you have the first 3 letters. I just need the last 3 letters.
Somebody to confirm the last 3 letters for us.
Yeah, we just got Sassy Mel and M, which is farther away from what we need.
Yes.
Bill's dead. We all agree that that's what happened.
dead.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, Bill's like super dead.
Yeah.
She
I,
was killed so that she could take this job.
as much as I don't want to be pulling on that thread, I might just be better off trying to track her down still.
Yeah, I'm not into like figuring out what happened to Bill, but because we know, 100%. But I mean, I guess we can't even walk to House Arcona because the bridges are all out.
Yeah, we can't go to House Arcona at all. So many loose ends, and they all are ending up in the wrong places.
Yeah, every time we feel that we have a thread to pull, it just turns out to be cut somehow.
We need to go back to old Korvosa somehow.
Probably.
I mean, we do know a way in, but it's not a great way in.
Do any of the houses... This is probably a society check. Do any of them hate House Arcona? And would be willing to gossip.
You can give me a society check.
Yeah. Da, 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 da,
I was hoping she was referred by someone, but she just walked in from the street.
You're not sure. You're not well enough versed in the great houses politics. You imagine that you're not aware of any like open maliciousness. But they're noble houses. They're probably doing some amount of politicking and scheming all the time. And Arcona is one of the peerage review, one of the 5 great houses that has the most influence in the city. So they've probably got their enemies, but you're not sure who they would be.
We need to find some hot gossip about them.
Where is gossip found? I don't truck in it very much.
Where is it not found? I don't know.
It's kind of quiet here at the cocktail bar, so...
Yeah, probably not at the cocktail bar.
I mean, depends on the cocktail bar, but definitely not when there's only 4 seats and it's outdoor only.
Well, I think any cocktail bar in the city is going to be the same way. If not, just shut down entirely.
Time passes. Oh, whoops! I
Damn.
skipped like 10 hours.
Oh my gosh! Hopefully we didn't get that drunk at brunch.
No, I meant to skip like some minutes instead. You're chilling at the at the pub for a while. You're now like swirling empty drinks.
We should have asked what she like looked like. We constantly don't ask this. And I always forget to ask this. Because then
At the
we
very
would
least,
know.
we know she's Vudrin.
We know
so-
she's pretty, according to 2 people. Boudrin.
She's Vudrin at a glance, which probably means she has fairly dark skin.
Yeah. So that'll stand out
Like,
somewhat.
At least my complexion.
Because maybe there's like a picture of her in a... She is like the other head, right?
I believe so.
Certainly. Well, she might have been disguised too, because I can't imagine like leaders of a house going out and not being recognized without some kind of effort put into that.
Well, I don't know how, like, many people are going to know those faces, though. It's not like news media is constant and they have visuals everywhere. You see person in person, and that's when you see them for the most part. You don't see pictures or portraits.
Yeah, the noble houses don't tend to do a lot of like big public showings.
Okay.
The ones like the famous people that people would know are like, or like know what they look like, are like the king and queen, the captain of the like royal guard. They'd know Cressida Croft. They'd probably know Marcus Endron. Neolandis. Yeah, those sorts of people. People who would like be at like parades and public speeches and things like that. The heads of noble houses people might have seen if they were like going to like a ribbon cutting ceremony or something like that. But like, have you ever been to a ribbon cutting ceremony in real life? Like, not a lot of people are going to those and would necessarily know what those people look like. And it's not like people have like photographs really. It's mostly paintings.
Speaking of Neolandis, maybe they kidnapped him since he was last spotted up there. I'm just gonna make wild path up.
I'm still
There.
trying to figure out
Kidnapped him.
Why is House Arcona doing any of this? What does this benefit them?
Neoland has been dead for books, and we just keep asking about him.
It's gonna be some. It's gonna be like, oh, here he is, and he's undead or something. And it's just like, oh, we've been looking for this guy. He's just been dead the whole time. We'll find him.
It's Rolf's latest plaything.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, like, why would they do it? Why would they be involved in a plague? It's a good question.
That's what I've been trying to figure out with this. With every new person we add to this pile, it seems like there's a conspiracy of people trying to do bad things in the city. Which, okay, but why? Who benefits?
Like, I think that's what we're missing, is that we're not part of this circle of rich people trying to backstab one another, so we just don't know who's doing what to whom for what reason. We see the outcomes, essentially the collateral damage. I'm trying to think about who we would know who owes us a favor in some fashion, who would be part of that circle, who might like clue us in. Maybe that's a wrong idea to have, but
I don't know rich people.
I
The
mean,
closest person you have really is Cressida Croft. Like, she's the highest up person in the city that you have any connection to. And technically Marcus Endron, he was nice to you guys.
Sure.
would Asio Carowin like owe us a favor at this point for us having saved him?
Probably, but he was new money, and you're not sure how much like influence he would have really with the other like big noble houses. Like, he's not one of the big noble houses by far.
Fair.
But like, you could try to talk to him.
Yes, go pull out another dead thread.
Well, the other option I have right now, besides going to talk to Cressida, is to... Well, actually, to go talk to Cressida, since I think, again, while I do agree with you in principle that getting called upon to investigate that unfortunate explosion would be the better way to go about it, it might be still behoove us to speak with her and let her know what's going on, so that she can appoint us appropriately.
Mm-hmm.
I may be foolish, but I trust her. So.
I can't say that I have a better idea.
I don't
I
have
just
a better idea either.
You get to lead that conversation to figure out how to tightrope walk that one.
Well, you start with the truth. Didn't say the whole truth.
Here, if you're just going across to the Citadel, I'll
do my dramatic leave.
And back we go.
You fast travel.
That's the effect of mimosas. It's fast travel.
Oh,
It
yes.
is.
Oh my god, how did we get here?
Sort of dizzy walk across the bridge, but
Yeah, you take 10, 15 minutes, walk back across the bridge and towards the Citadel. You ask for an audience with Cresta. She is upstairs. She's busy having a meeting with a few guards, but once she's done, she's like having like a field meeting with some guards, just assigning them to various posts. Nothing too exciting. And then she invites you to come up to her office to talk.
good
So?
morning, Commander.
Good morning. What can I do for you?
Well, I'm trying to think of the best way to phrase this. There was apparently an explosion last night, and we are looking at it as an opportunity to do some investigation into Rolf Lamb.
Rolf Lamb. Are you talking about the explosion at the hospice?
Yes, near the docks, from what I understand.
Yes. What
Has
would
anyone
that
been
have to do with
assigned to-
Rolf?
Well, has anyone been assigned to investigate the premises to see what that might have been about?
Sorry, I'm thinking of the response. The Queen's soldiers have that currently taken care of.
That's unfortunate, but fair enough.
I hear they're
Yes.
going around asking for witnesses. Have you
We
seen
had
anything, or?
some looting. No, I didn't see anything. But I was going to ask if, have we been frozen out of that investigation?
Frozen
Or is
out?
Or is that something that you're permitted to also allow investigation of?
Ah, I see your meaning. Well, frozen out is probably a good term for it, yes.
That's unfortunate.
Once the Grey Maidens get involved, my hands are tied, she says, kind of raising her hands and shaking her head.
Well, so be it. We had some information the explosion was linked to Rolf, but if we're not permitted to investigate, then we'll have to drop that thread.
I'd love to help you on that, but there's really not much I can do. I could try to petition to Sabina. Maybe she'd hear you out. But she's been pretty busy lately. I haven't seen her in a while.
I wouldn't worry
at least
her
in person.
then. Well, that was all. That was my hope, at least. But thank you for hearing us out, giving me a chance to at least make a pitch.
Well, if you've got any details, maybe I could pass them along to the Grey Maidens. Maybe they can figure something out.
They might be able to.
Especially
But,
if Rolf is causing explosions in the city. Can't really afford that kind of panic.
No, that's not the kind of mayhem we want to have in the town, but well, the Queen's Guard will surely sort it out, so.
Well, I certainly hope so. I've offered regular guards as assistance, but they insist on doing it themselves, so.
I see. Tully sits there for a moment, looking kind of thoughtful, but then straightens himself up. Yes, well, if you'll excuse me then, Commander. Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate it.
Very well. She kind of nods and blinks a bit. Good luck on your investigations.
Thank you. We'll step outside.
I assume the others follow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was afraid of, is we wouldn't be able to investigate, but I liked that idea. And I still like that idea. Because what we need are to be Grey Maidens.
Oh my god.
Then we can investigate ourselves.
How are you two gonna do that?
They're covered head to toe in metal armor.
What if you have to speak?
That I don't know. I haven't figured that one out yet. But I can at least say that as long as we don't have to remove our helmet, which I don't... Besides Maeve, I haven't seen any of them do so.
Speaking of Maeve, she's got an in.
We're gonna leave her out of this.
Hmm.
That's for the best. I'm surprised she's even permitted with them, but it just speaks to the quality of the people they're hiring.
So where are we gonna find 3 sets of what appear to be custom made to every person armor?
I have no idea.
Oh, you thought I was going to go in armor.
No, Regan, but we could get you. Well, don't you have a doctor's mask?
A doctor's mask? I do have the...
One of those
Just literally wearing
plague
it.
masks. We could get you a mask.
It's not of
similar
the
to
same.
doctors.
It's not of the same style as theirs.
Yeah, that's what I think you mentioned that before.
They seem to have like a very uniform look to their plague doctor outfit.
So we need to find a place that stores plague doctor garb and the Grey Maiden garb. Take at least 2 sets of one and 1 set of the other, and then use that to get into the warehouse.
And you like that plan better than sending up a familiar to go into the
Oh
office?
no, I think saying the familiar is a great idea.
Okay.
We should try that next, but if
But
we're
if
going
that
to investigate
fails,
ourselves, my plan requires a little bit more prep work than yours, I think, right now. So I think
And we have to
go with-
find armor. We have to find armor that fits you two. And then we have to find doctor clothes.
I feel like the doctor clothes, besides the mask, shouldn't be too hard. It's the mask that we need to find.
Mhm.
And then finding fitting armor is going to be a mission in and of itself. And then disguising voices. I can try to go higher pitched, I guess? Does this sound okay?
Does it sound
Surely there are spells that can help us with disguising our voice.
Hello.
Is
Yes.
this better? So yeah, we can do a couple things here, but I think Majenko...
There are spells that can change your entire gender.
This is true.
Like,
So, it's a temporary measure. I think we can manage some sort of vocal change. But Majenko, if he doesn't mind going for a quick flight tonight.
Ooh, yeah. Nighttime would be the best. I'm trying to think of how to deal with like a locked window.
A rock?
A rock. Well, I don't know if he can like. What's his strength?
There's a spell called Knock.
A very loud one.
Yeah. That gives you a plus to picking locks, though.
Oh, does it not?
They did change it.
Did they change it?
It doesn't just unlock something.
Yeah, it grants a bonus when you try.
We give Bajenko another Fulu.
Oh, it actually does attempt to unlock the lock
Oh, does it?
as part of casting. It's 30 feet.
So you can cast at distance, but it would be a spell that makes noise. You can't count. You couldn't stack meta magic.
I can cast it through him too.
You can cast it through him. Is that his extra action to do that?
Let me check. Where did it go? Familiar conduit is an extra action.
Okay. And what's the range on you being able to cast through him?
That's a good question.
And the
Next
final
action
question is for the
to
GM.
cast a spell that has a ranged spell uses the familiar as an origin point, as long as I have.
But yeah, it doesn't have a listed distance.
So,
Oh, you just have to have line of effect to your familiar.
Yeah, line of effect.
which could still be down the damn street. The
Yes,
question
you
then
just
is
need to be able to see it.
the GM, where does the sound originate when a spell is cast? Is it at Regan or would it be at Majenko?
I think both, if you were casting it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
Also, don't have knock right
That
now.
does make it difficult.
I
but
do
we
have
might-
knock. Do I have a? I might have a. Do I have a scroll of knock? I might have. I do have a scroll of knock. All right. So I have a scroll of knock. I have. See, I wasn't planning on being very close to him when he does this, with all the spells I've taken.
Oh, sure.
But I could be.
I mean, you can cast at a distance. It's more the concern of the sound is going to attract some attention. So unless Majenko unlocks it, darts in, grabs anything that he can grab, and darts right back out. I don't know.
Use the stupid spell. There you are.
Like, we already got
I'm-
Felix
I'm
in
just
trouble by
reading
leaving him in there. I'd
stuff.
rather not leave Majenko too.
Yeah, I'm just reading things. That's why I'm quiet. Because I'm reading things.
I mean, Alex, for that matter, do you have any thoughts?
I am racking both my brain and my spell list to come up with other ideas, but like trying to figure out people who owe us favors, who we could ask to get more information was really my angle. And like to Jason's point, the Carowinds are new money. They're not, presumably not as deep into the conspiracy that is the rest of the city. So
they
the
might be
information they have to share with us is limited.
And it was the Long Anchor building is where the Grey Maidens were headquartered out of.
Yes. That was the courthouse, and they seem to have sort of temporarily commandeered it.
So something I might get up to then would be to scout that out to see if there's points of ingress, to maybe go and abscond with some armor somehow. Like that's gonna happen sneakily. Actually, bag of holding could do. Might do. So if you have any ideas around that,
I have a question.
Mhm.
If I scry through my familiar and I can see my familiar through my scrying by looking down at myself, can I cast a spell that I can?
Does
like,
that form of
see
line of sight?
myself?
Sorry,
Or is
what?
that like,
Sorry, you're
so
trying to
I-
cast a spell while looking through the familiar?
yeah.
can you cast scrying?
I have familiar's face twice right now in my spell list, which lets your target becomes a scrying sensor. You can see through its eyes, smell what it smells, and use its other senses. If you can cast a spell with the revelation trait that affects your senses, such as see unseen, while the spell is active, you gain the benefit of the spell to the target's senses instead of your own. You can also speak through the target with a voice much like yours. You can use command animal on the target as part of sustained spell. You don't need line of sight or line of effect to your target when you cast this spell, which is Familiar's Face.
Um. Yeah, I mean, you can cast spells while sustaining Familiar's face. What's the wording here? Oh, does the scrying tag have anything particular on it?
Yeah, but it might like not count as.
It lets
This
you
is
get sensory
fine.
information from something other than your eyes and ears. I think that you can choose. Well, I think you just get both. You just have extra sensory input. So you see through
Okay.
both your own eyes. You don't stop seeing through your eyes while using Familiar's face.
Yeah, I was trying to combine that and familiar conduit to see if you could cast through your scrying.
Your
But I assume line of effect is like you can't
Your-
be forever away and do that.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Familiar's does Familiar's face count as seeing your familiar?
Yeah, to cast a spell using familiar conduit.
Oh, okay.
It's unclear to me, so yeah, I'm asking for ruling. I think.
Do I want to open this can of worms?
Pop it open. Let them wriggle out.
Sure, I will allow it. If
It requires
goes...
like a bunch of spells to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, so I will allow it, and you have to like keep Familiar's face sustained. You can only sustain Familiar's face for 10 minutes. That's just an FYI for all sustained spells. Unless it says otherwise, you can only sustain it for up to 10 minutes, and then you become fatigued. So yeah, I'm fine with that. Sure, it's a creative use of of the spell.
We'll see. Yeah, I have to take 2 of these.
And worst case, you're putting your familiar in insane amounts of danger.
That was me. I'm like, this is potentially putting my poor little friend in a ton of danger.
All right.
What else? I'm making sure like nothing combos.
And for the record, doesn't illusory disguise, like, it changes your outfit? You could just illusory disguise the Grey Maiden armor if that's what you were going for.
That's true. That might be easier. I mean, that would be definitely easier. It would just have to be an illusory disguise that lasts long enough for us to get away with anything.
Yeah, I mean,
And
it lasts an hour by default.
In theory, that could be enough time, but then again, we left Felix in there for like 5 hours, so...
We would need a reason to be there that gets us to what we want fast enough to get back out again. An open-ended investigation is probably going to take more than that hour. Maybe it doesn't have to. The problem is that an investigation would get us to the corner that we blew up, not necessarily the interesting parts we want to get to.
I mean, we could still investigate the rest of the building to determine what they were doing with it, why they might be doing stuff. Why somebody would want to attack such a building. I can't imagine anybody attacking a hospice would do so for no reason, so perhaps there was some reason that they were trying to infiltrate. So we have to investigate and make sure that there was nothing left behind by these terrible people who would blow up a hospice. Awful, awful people. Anyway, illusory disguise sounds like a good idea if we can get away with enough of them. I do worry about that hour limit, but it's still doable.
I feel like the scrying attempt through Majenko is possibly the thing we try first, because like we have to be prepared for the possible outcome that we go in there under illusory disguise. It fails. Our options are be arrested or fight our way out.
I'd rather none of those options. So
I'm with you, which is why I think Majenko's scrying thing we try first.
you feeling up for that, Regan?
My little drone. Yeah, sure. Probably at night.
Yeah,
He
at
can
night for
see
sure.
in the dark. He's the only one who can see in the
I
dark.
mean, I have a potion probably still. Maybe.
Sorry, he's the only one who can naturally see in the dark.
Well, that's fair.
He has good stealth too, +10.
No
Good
telling you got rid of that.
acrobatics.
Get rid of that.
Yeah, I have a whole combo of spells that
Yes,
I
they're having this conversation in the Citadel outside of outside of Cressida's office. I mean, you guys could be outside the Citadel.
I would not.
Walking at this point if we were having these
We have
conversations.
a
would
bit
not
more.
be dumb enough to stand outside her door and be like, "I'm gonna go steal some stuff."
She won't let us in, so we'll have to do it ourselves.
Where best to speak about illegal activity than right in the police station.
They would never suspect us of being illegals.
They
and
would
doing illegal
never
things.
expect it. Yeah,
Well,
I
we've got a few
would
hours to go.
preferably. It's 11 a.m. Wait till night to even attempt.
Okay. Yeah, do you guys want
horrendous
to
combo.
kill time and wait until nightfall?
Yes.
Maybe. Oh, yeah.
I mean, unless you have
Okay.
something else to do. That's why I said yes.
I don't. I can read my wood whittling book.
Try to see if there's any other avenue I can use to track down Mel. Like,
Yeah, I mean, you could try to gather information in a location. You have a full day to do that, so pick a location and gather information. Diplomacy.
I'm trying to pick a location. I like I just don't know where we would find this person.
I would try North Point. If we think our House Arcona related, that's where influence is going to be most likely, because that's closest to Old Korvosa that isn't, rich area.
Yeah, I guess North Point. Like if they've set up a headquarters in absence for the fact that like the House Arcona is currently embargoed. In and around there.
Okay, so you make your way up to North Point. And yeah, specifically, what subject are you gathering information on?
I am just trying to find this sassy Mel.
Okay.
I have a vague description and the knowledge that she's connected to House Arcona in some fashion. But I don't know that we have much more than that.
All right, give me a diplomacy check then. So you break off from the group for the day to go fish around for information on this sassy Mel. That's your roll. Yeah, you ask around to see if anybody has seen this person. No one you find seems to know of anybody named Mel, but when you talk about a Voudran woman, there are a couple of people who seem to have seen her, and you kind of follow the leads on that, asking around, like, oh, I think I saw like a Voudran woman hanging out over here on some weekdays or whatever, and eventually that leads you to the dock trade, which is a sort of assembly of various merchants. And there's a lot of Cerulean Society presence here. Cerulean Society members are hanging out in one of the restaurants outside. They've all got their like nice blue suits and blue lapels. And asking around here, you do find someone who... Oh, yeah, I see Mel around sometimes. It's been a few weeks, I think. Not sure what she does here. She doesn't work at my shop, and you ask around at the other shops, she doesn't seem to work at any of those. She just seems to show up sometimes. But you're not able to get any information out of anyone of, like, who is she? Why is she here? Just sounds like a Voudran woman shows up sometimes. And that she was around more recently, like, maybe about a month ago. She used to stop by more regularly, and she just hasn't been seen in, like, a month or so.
Okay. Is there any particular shop that she frequented that was like
no, it didn't seem like
haunt?
she shopped at any of these at any of these stores. It seemed more like she was just kind of looking around.
Huh.
But no one here seems to know why this lady was looking around. One of them knows that she is Mel because she asked, like, she actually did buy like a piece of jewelry from them and wanted it engraved.
What was the engraving?
Well,
just the same circle over and over again. Beautiful circles.
Yeah, I mean, it was her name. Or, like, it was M. Or, no, yeah, sorry, it was just the letter M that she wanted engraved on something.
it's even worse. It's even less letters.
Even-
Or even fewer letters. Let's be grammatically correct.
I won't
But yeah,
torture you with more questions about what the piece of jewelry was.
They're not actually... they don't remember if it was a piece of jewelry. It was some kind of, like, it was some sort of metal thing, but it's been a while since... that was, like, maybe a year ago.
Oh, gosh.
And they do a lot of... This shop does a lot of engravings, and he remembers a Voudran woman named Mel who wanted an M. Something about... maybe she had a boyfriend or something.
One of those got to get to him so he always remembers.
Yeah, there are Voudran people in the city, but not many. But yeah, the name and the person stick out, but he doesn't really remember the job that much.
No. This feels like another cold lead, but I'll thank him for his time.
All right.
Maybe I'll consider coming back for a piece of jewelry someday in the future.
All right. Well, with that, anything anybody else wanted to do before nightfall?
Nothing in particular, just work, I guess. But work is...
I'll read
a
my
guard
weird
firefighter.
wood book.
All right.
Here's my wood book. The Art of Wood.
Oh, right, is that crafting book?
And some Art of Wood.
Yeah, let's see. So it's 11, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. About 9 hours that you kill. We'll call it 8 hours of actually reading time if you're doing the reading.
Another murder.
Tully spends his 8 hours working. I don't think you... this is a new week. You can roll your firefighting check.
Sure. Let's see if we can get a better roll this time. 'Cause I think I failed the last 2 times. Mediocre. Probably a failure.
Yeah, sadly that would be another failure. You do have hero points.
It's not worth it. It's just money.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you spend your day distracted by thoughts of the sprawling mystery before you. And right, I look at this. Is this my next one?
Is it 2.5 silver now?
I think it's 2.5. It might just be 2. I forget. I'll leave you to find it, but you find you get.
Okay.
Or yeah, you're level 6.
Yes, level 6.
Yeah, level 6. So the failure gold result for level 6. I could just look up. What is it called? Earn income. Earn income.
3 silver.
Yeah, 3 silver. Ha ha ha.
Woo.
All right, and then you guys meet up. Well, maybe at the Script and Scrimshaw before you go to the hospice.
That seems like most
Anything you guys are doing in particular? What direction are you going to approach?
I would prefer staying a few blocks away.
Okay.
And not just being like right in the bushes next to the hospice.
Yeah, we don't have to do that this time.
Pick your location.
Okay.
The map is at your disposal.
Somewhere over here.
Just gonna follow Regan at this point.
I think. There.
Okay, so you go a couple blocks northwest, with 0 line of sight on the hospice itself.
Yes,
All right.
Tail wound, actually, it's self only, right?
What is? Tail end? Yeah.
Tail wound, yeah, that's what I thought. Good, good. So on myself, I will cast that for later, because that's 8 hours of fun for me.
Yes. Gives you a 10-foot speed boost for 8 hours.
Wait, my little critter. Okay. So this is my plan. First of all, if anyone's in that room, I'm probably just going to be like, no. No good. Because I'm not risking my beautiful familiar that much to be like, oh, there's someone in here, let's just go in. But I can scry through him. I can cast invisible on him. And I can cast bottomless stomach on him so he can grab stuff. And I can hopefully open the door. That is my plan. He's gonna be like a little drone. I
Just
fly
tap
around.
on the glass and go, can we please have evidence of all of your crimes?
Hello. And hopefully this will be... Alright. Does that sound good?
It sounds like the
Sounds
best
funny.
lead we
Yeah.
have.
Sorry, yes. I'm
That's
letting you
fine.
take the lead on this, please.
Okay, so...
You know how your magic
my
stuff
little
works.
friend, so she's gonna... Let's see. This is an hour. Bottomless stomach for you. And I'm actually gonna wait. Maybe not. Because that doesn't require a line of sight for familiar's face. What's all my touch stuff? It's invisibility touch. Yes. Boop. This will be a 10-minute. Then I'm just making sure. I'm gonna cast knock. And he's gonna stain.
So
Okay,
for your
this is
list
iffy.
of spells. Okay.
So he is now invisible and has bottomless stomach. And I'm gonna say, all right, go to that window where you saw the guy. I'm gonna
Okay.
wait for what I will count like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to like what I think is 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna use my scrying. But I'm gonna be like, go to the window. If there's
Okay.
anyone inside, don't linger, but just head over there from before. So he's gonna fly
Alright,
off.
so yeah, it'll take 5 minutes for him to, get over
1,
there.
2, 3, 4.
Oh wait, sorry, if I do that, and I right click, extempore effect, okay, hopefully that puts the 10-minute invisibility, yes, okay, cool. So 5 minutes, he flies.
Whee!
Whoosh. Here, I will bring us over to the hospice. Oh, you guys are not supposed to be here.
Well, I can't see anything anyway.
Can you see through Majenko or no?
She's counting on her hand. Oh, wait, sorry. I can't. Where is he? I can see
He's right.
bushes.
Can you see Majenko right here?
Yeah, I can see Majenko.
If you click on him, can you see through him?
Yeah, I can see like through this window if I go up there, for example.
Okay. Unfortunately, I can't see. Oh, 1 sec. I think I need to give the camera vision on Majenko. Figure ownership. Yeah, camera. Observer. Does that work? Drop that. There we go.
Ooh, there's 2.
Okay. Alright, so you can use Majenko. I'm gonna pause.
And then, yeah, after 5 minutes, I'll do this. Familiar's face. I guess he's gonna come up to the window. This is the window, right?
Yes, that is the window.
Gonna
So
fly up to the window.
yeah, it flies up to the window, and Majenko can see there's some like alchemy equipment. So he kind of like lands on the windowsill, and can see there's some alchemy equipment here, but can also see there is the rest of the room is dark, except for a candle on this desk over here, and I think Majenko can just make out someone sitting at the desk.
Yeah, if it's been about 5 minutes, of which I've sloppily counted anywhere between 4 and 6 minutes, now I can see as well.
Okay, so you can see through him.
All right. Oh, there is someone here. Can he see across to like what's on this table?
Yeah,
straight
because he has
ahead?
dark vision, right?
Yeah, he has dark vision.
Yeah, you can see there's like a model skeleton. It's one of those it's one of those like medical models. It's not a skeleton, it's actually like a full body. Made of some sort of plaster. Used for like instructional purposes.
Okay.
Otherwise this room is kind of wall to wall like books. There's various papers scattered about. It looks like someone's doing a lot of studying, or research, or collating notes, something like that.
I hate that there's someone in here. How dare someone be in here?
Is the red glow coming from the contents of the beakers or the under the beakers?
The beakers themselves. Majeko can see that, yeah, there's like some liquid inside. That's like there's a bunch of different types of liquids that are running to various little alchemical repositories and mixing and burbling, etc. Majenko can see that there's another window diagonally across from him to the northeast that's above these bookcases.
Ooh. I'm gonna have him fly. And peek in that window.
Jenko flies around to peek through this window. And can see that the figure sitting at the desk, hunched over, looks like he's consulting maybe a medical textbook, is like furiously scribbling in with a ink quill onto another piece of parchment, comparing notes, scribbling something else, rifling through some papers. His head is down and he's not looking at the window currently.
Can I see any titles of these books that are here in front? Or are they all facing away?
No, they're all facing
Okay.
away. And this window is kind of just above, like the bookcase comes right up to the bottom of the window.
Okay.
So you can see that there are books there, but you can't read what they are. You could try to read, there's like some thick books over there that you might be able to read the covers of, if you want to roll perception.
Yes. Whose perception am I rolling?
I think if you're using, you can use either, I believe.
Is ours exactly the same? I think it is.
It's probably quite close.
Oh, it's exactly the same. So, who cares? Is this public or private?
This one you can do public.
He's rolling. All right, 15 for 25.
Okay, he is able to make out the cover of one of the larger volumes there. Let's see. Do I have any of the names? I thought I actually did. Yeah, it looks like some kind of like a human anatomy book.
Okay. This rug here does it have any is it just like a fancy rug? Does it have any symbols on it that are recognizable? Or is it just like a nice decorative rug?
Let's see. It is a nice decorative rug. Even nicer than the rug, though, is his desk itself, which is a carved white ash wood. And you can see the image of a herd of antelope along the kind of backside, carved into it. But there's a lot of chemical stains that have kind of ruined the exterior finish.
It's like white ash and antelope symbolic of any place? Or is it just kind of this really nice?
It's just a really nice desk that's not being as well taken care of as it could be.
Well, he doesn't seem like he's leaving anytime soon.
Not currently. Looks like he's, just...
No, I wish I had thought a little bit more in that he went for rounds to go look at patients around 7 when I was there, and I wish I had thought enough to say that.
We
Majeko
can
can see that there's other windows along the side there as well.
Oh, there's more even up here.
Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3. There's like 3 windows along the eastern side.
He's gonna float up to this window over here.
Okay.
And this is still up top.
Yes, this is all the top floor. You guys never went along the east side of the building, so.
I was curious what would be up here. Okay.
Majenko flies up to this window and peeks in, and he sees a number of beds, all with people unconscious, lying down. They're all strapped to the beds, interestingly. And there are a couple of Queen's physicians that seem to be, like, maybe tending to the patients. Unclear. There's like a small table that one of them is sitting at that's got some alchemical vials on it. In the center of the room, there's something that looks a little bit more like a torture device. That one particular patient is like fully strapped to, and is kind of writhing uncomfortably. Like, even though they're like clearly unconscious or asleep, they're like writhing, clearly in some kind of distress. While one of the physicians is sitting at the table in front of them, seemingly looking at them, taking notes.
Does this look like the same liquid as what's in the other room?
It's a variety. I only have so many art assets. It's a variety of different alchemical reagents and ingredients.
A bunch of stuff.
Yeah. It's not any one specific thing. And you can just make out one more Queen's physician in the back, sitting at a chair, with like a little small tray table. They've got some kind of small tools, maybe pliers? That's odd.
I'm gonna float. I think this is another window up here.
Yeah. There's another window there.
Love those pliers.
Float along the side and peek in. And yeah, this guy's got some pliers and like a scalpel. And he picks up the scalpel and like makes his way over to the patient on the sort of central stretcher table. And makes a small incision on their cheek and seems to like collect some samples of blood. And swirls them around in a vial and takes them over to one of the other physicians, and they seem to be chatting.
Do the people in here look like they're just like sick, or are they dead? I mean, one's writhing, but
they are unconscious. You can give me a medicine check.
Medicine. There's a number.
Where'd it go? There's the number. You, as you like have Machingo look at the patients, not a single one of them looks like they're afflicted with blood veil.
Oh, that's terrible.
Their faces, their arms, shoulders, all completely clear. There's no sign of the rash. These look like fairly healthy, young people.
Alright, a little more flying. Over to this window.
Yeah, Machiko flies to the next window sees that there are two gray maidens standing guard outside this door. That leads into that room. There appears to be another door here to the north of them. As well as maybe there's like a way around the corner.
Oh, they're guarding that door.
You can also see like a weapon rack, clearly for these guards, and like a small chest of supplies, probably. As well as a table where they might sit.
So guarded. Back here. I don't... There aren't like any windows.
Oh,
back
there
here?
are. I didn't put windows
Oh.
here, but here I'll put Majenko in slightly. Majenko can see that this is a stairwell.
Okay.
Yeah, same thing if he flies around here and looks inside. Yeah, it's a stairwell leading up from the ground floor to the second floor. And that's it as far as windows go.
I'll fly back.
The overview map suggests there's another building that's supposed to be. Oh, there it is. Never mind. I think I can see it in shadow.
Oh
now.
yeah, there's another building here.
Does it go up to Is it as tall as the adjoining building, or is it like shorter?
It's maybe like a little bit shorter. Because the warehouse or the hospice is like about 3 floors high, even though it has like one big floor and then a single size floor. This other building looks like it's maybe like a 1.5 floor and then a second floor. So they're staggered a little bit. It's a bit shorter, but yeah, there is an adjacent building. But looks like the invisibility has worn off.
It did indeed.
So Majenko dips down to the bushes and presumably darts away.
Well, he's flying just
Oh.
one. So as he's kind of flying outside. Oh my goodness. Okay. There you go. And I like, as he's flying past this window, is the guy still at his desk, scribbling away?
It looks like he's stood up. And
Over there now.
if Majenko's just kind of flying past, he just catches a glimpse of him standing, looking at one of the shelves from facing away.
Okay. Just want to take one last peek, and just seems like he has alchemical stuff and books. Oh, if only I can get in this room, but can't. So he just peeks in and then flies off.
All right.
Because
And
I don't
think,
think he's gonna get anything done with all those people there.
Mm-hmm.
well, presuming that you relay all that information to the party, I think that is probably a good spot to stop for the evening.
Mysteries.
Went a bit
and
long, but
experiments.
details. What's happening?
I knew they were experimenting on people.
Threads upon threads upon threads upon threads. The mystery deepens. What will happen to the citizens of Korvosa? Tune in next week to find out. I think. I didn't check. And last time I said that we got sick and then had to miss a week. But
Supposed to
surely we're fine. Yeah, I think so. Discord's taking too long to open. But yeah, join us next week or the week after. If you miss it, go check out our YouTube page, youtube.com/thirdaction. Or if you want to try to catch us live, subscribe at twitch.tv/thirdaction. Thank you everybody for watching, and I do read all of your comments when I remember to look. So thank you for all of those. People have been saying nice things about our show. And yeah, that's all I got. Peace, everybody. Have a good evening. Stay pathin'.